Good morning, Classic. What's up, my friend? I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself, and I'm going to drop this link into the arena right now and see if we can get some of our peeps to come listen to you speak. Do you want to give a quick intro?
Yes, good morning,
Good
everybody. Good morning.
morning.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to talk to you guys this morning. My name is Jay Classic. That's my producer name. My real name is Nick. Uh, my producer name is Jay Classic Maestro. I'm a music producer. I'm a promoter. I'm a techie, A+ certified computer repair. I worked in technology for over 13 years. Um, I'm into uh, um, music. I'm into so many things, so I'm trying to catch up. I'm into music, technology, marketing, and there's one more I'm missing, and I can't remember, but it'll come back. But I combine all of those things together to what we have today is Ushkee. With the Ushkee production is, of course, I bought these NFTs back in 2021 at the height of the NFT market, and I bought 31 out of the 36 one of ones, and I turned that into a merchandise brand where we have our sneakers, we have t-shirts, hoodies, uh, and on top of that, we wanted to make this a household brand and appeal to everybody, not just the kids. And we went ahead and fused our music, some of my instrumentals, with the whole theme of the Ushkees, and we created a storyline for it. It's the Guardians, blockchain, Guardians of Blockchain. Um, we created an idea for a video game, an endless runners game. Uh, we actually organized a basketball tournament right here in Miami back in August. It was a great turnout. Over 200 people showed up. We had Ushki banners set up all over the park. Uh, we gave a couple of pair of sneakers away, some T-shirts away. So that was our first springboard into introducing Ushki to the community, to my local community. Uh, well, I'm pretty much known in the community as a promoter anyway, so it was a great, you know, way to leverage what I already have going on in the community. So everybody got a chance to uh, see what was going on with the NFT and understand a little bit better than than what they normally see with the board ape monkeys and et cetera, et cetera. And so a lot of people grasp on to like, oh, okay, I understand. So this is the approach that we took to, educate the people around us in the community about, crypto, blockchain, and especially NFTs in our case. And we also designed the tank tops for all the players in the tournament, and we use out of the first 8 characters that we released to introduce to the public, we use those 8 characters for the 8 different teams and different colored tank tops, direct print, and those players got to keep those tank tops uh, for themselves, and they still play in those tank tops even up to last Sunday. You always see like two or three of them, three of the guys come out to the park and wear their Ushki tournament tank tops. And the best thing about it, the icing on the cake, it was sponsored by our local Golden Crust restaurant, which is a nationally known Caribbean Jamaican cuisine. They actually have frozen patties in a lot of the supermarkets. You might notice them, Golden Crust. So, and ASAP Basketball, they sponsor the tank top. So that was cool. That was the first project that we got to work with and expose to the public. So that was cool. And after that, we went ahead and organized some network events at the golf, at our local golf course, Palmetto Bay. We just had our second network event. It's called the Love for Local Biz. Uh, Love for Local Biz, network and innovation event. Also, Golden Crust and a lot of businesses in the community sponsored this event. And again, it's exposing the public to NFTs in a gentle way because over the past couple of years we've seen media and with the internet and everything is being forced down on people and they're not getting a chance to understand like what it really is, what it really means, and what it's about. So I think some of these small intimate events that we organize uh, help people to understand a little bit better what's going on. It's not just with NFTs too. We talk about tokenizing real estate, et cetera, et cetera. Whichever avenue where I see or where we see it fits to help people understand what this great innovation can do for if they leverage it in the right way or if they invest in it early.
Yes, classic. This is some like grassroots early adopter ish right here. I am so happy to have you up here. I think that you are doing things in your own way, which is the way that all of us should be doing it. We should be taking the skills that we have in the real world as creators and applying them to NFTs and applying them to Web3. But you're going the extra mile. You're out here being like, I'm not only going to present my brand in these very Web2 ways of partnerships with in real life businesses in your community, which shout out to you. This is like the real work and I'm going to get into that. But yeah, just going that extra mile and onboarding. I mean, for those of you that have taken part in the onboarding process, I mean, we all have at some point. We have been so excited about NFTs that we want to tell the people closest to us. And then we realize what a journey that is. We realize that we have to go through the basics. Well, first we have to get them interested, right? Because this is something that's so foreign, and then we have to go through the basics. And then, if there's interest enough sparked, we go through the educational process of getting people onboarded. And I have seen Classic out here doing this work from the time that we met. And Classic and I met, I think we met in Miami. It was Miami Art Week. Was that it, Classic? I
Yeah,
think.
2021. Yeah, the first Miami NFT week.
Yeah, and, it was, I think it was the Champ Medici crew and Kanashka from Women for Crypto, and we all met and we vibed, and I have been hanging hard with that Miami crew for a while, and I met Classic, and Classic got word about the arena and came in hard into the arena and has been a holder of my ticket literally since the jump, and, is one of the most, I mean, I consider Classic a power user in the arena. He's out there buying all the tickets. He's in all the rooms saying good morning every morning. He's an OG badge holder. Um, and you're just out there doing what you love and doing it in the Web3 way. And how crazy is it that you saw the opportunity to basically buy out a collection? So I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but Ushkee was a collectible where Classic was like, I can literally buy every single one of these NFTs, turn it into my brand. And I think this is really interesting from a non creator perspective, like as someone who isn't necessarily designing the original NFT, right? Because the act of even creating an NFT project, for those of you that have done it, um it's intense. It's like, you gotta have, first of all, the art, and then you have to market, and then you have to, create the contract and do all the technical end of things. And there's so many aspects of this. And Classic basically cut out all of that process as, a non-artist, but a businessman, and grabbed all of the Ushkees and made it his brand and then turned that NFT project into what he wanted it to be. And To me, that's powerful. That's like real business moves, right? To be like, I'm going to take this NFT and make it what I want. And there are many opportunities like this. If you look into, you can usually contact artists themselves if you are into the art and say, hey, what are my rights with this art? What can I do with this? Like, what potentially can I do with this on my end? What kind of licensing rights do I have? And so, Classic, can you just tell me a little bit about how that came to be with Ushkee?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that out. So when I end up okay, so everybody was buying NFTs and flipping them. I was in the background like, okay, I want I want a one of one NFT for myself, something that looks nice, da da da. Da. So while on Twitter, surfing on Twitter, I found this artist that was producing, artwork, not Ushki, but different artwork. And I bought a few pieces, and then next you know they were tweeting like, oh, they're coming out with this collection of Ushki, and they came out with the Iron Man Ushki, which was real colorful, real attractive as soon as I saw it. And I was like, oh, it looks gangster, okay. And they're like, they're only producing 36 Ushkis. So I'm like, yeah, this is the type of project I want to get into because I don't want to buy NFTs with like, 1,000 variations and all that good stuff. I want something finite, and I'm the only one in the world and I could brag about that. So and I could turn this into a store of value, right? So I said, okay, boom, they came out with the Ushkis on the Tezos on Hickonook. It was Hickonook at the time. And then I started buying the Ushkis with at the time on Explorer, you can use my wallet. I used a wallet like on in different browsers. And so I was buying two Ushkis at a time. So I was buying Ushkis, buying Ushkis. So I ended up buying 28 Ushkis first. And afterwards, the Ushkis got bought out. Then I waited for like a week or two, or maybe like a month, to see who was gonna sell. Because I'm like, yeah, I know that the market was coming down, and I was like, I know somebody's want to, get their money back or whatever. So I went back and I found five more Ushkis that got put up for sale, and I bought them, and that came up to 31 Ushkis out of the 36. So from then, I said, okay, once I purchased the Ushkis, I hit up the artist on Twitter and I asked the artist, like, listen, I know these are one of ones, and it didn't have any description, in the token about the artwork and what I can do and this and that. And basically, this artist was like, listen, it's yours. I already got my royalty tied to it. You can do whatever you want. So I told the artist, listen, I'm going to come out with sneakers, da 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 da, t-shirts and the whole nine work. And this artist is like, you can do whatever you want. So I said, okay, uh, send me the PNG files uh, that I can use maybe for like blow it up on a billboard, right? I thought something real big. 'Cause I'm always thinking big, so so that was my goal. Like, send me a PNG that I can blow it up on a billboard. He or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, anonymous, sent me the PNGs, and I just started, creating. Okay, I went to Printful, got me a Printfy account, and etc. And it started creating, and that's what happened. So I just copied and paste, copy a screenshot of what this artist gave me the rights to do whatever, and I just put that in the cloud. Like, okay, I got a reference that you did say I could do this, but they have their royalties tied to it. I believe it's like 10% if I end up selling any of the Ushkis. So that's basically what happened.
Classic. That is so awesome. I
But
mean,
the thing is, it wasn't just business. It's like, okay, I'm very business driven, but it's more than just business because I'm also a music producer, right? And here am I been chasing, I've worked with so many artists. I've worked with radio stations here in Miami, radio personnel. I used to run with uh, Prince Marky D before he died from the Fat Boys, drive him to the club every Saturday. It was so much to do. And look, I never got a big record deal as a producer or anything like that. So I always look at this like, this is my world and this is my enterprise. So I can use, the Ushkees to put my music in the background. All of my resource, I could tie all of my resource to the Ushkees. It only makes sense for me. I don't think anybody, people see the Ushkis in a different light, but for me, it was like it only makes sense for me because I have so much music that I recorded with artists that I can use the Ushkis to, as background music for the production.
Classic. I mean, what you are doing here is really what early adopter shit. Like we're going to see this model, this business model replicated exponentially in as mass adoption occurs, right? We're going to see non artists coming into the NFT space. And I think this is really important. There are a lot of artists in this room right now. And I know more artists because that's my main community are going to listen into this later. And I want to tell you, you should consider writing in some sort of license into your roadmap of your collections because, it's just going to open up more opportunity for you. And that's something that you can research on your own time, do plenty of research, talk to people like Classic, and find out more about this. But I think this is a great opportunity for artists to learn from you as a collector. I think it's really powerful that you can see how you can utilize this as a brand and take it into all these areas of your life. And I mean, just hearing you speak on it, it gave me so many ideas as an artist, as an entrepreneur, how to utilize my NFTs in the future. I mean, think about it. You could go back to the music industry that you're working with and say, hey, like we can add Ushki into a music video, right? Like there's so many ways to get your brand involved in these various real life ways. And you are really just have your finger on the pulse, Classic, as an early adopter. And I love to see that. So I wanted to touch on, so um, you bought these NFTs and now you bought them on the Tezos chain, which I'm just going to touch on really quick for anybody. A lot of people in here are AVAX. And if you aren't familiar, the Tezos chain is very similar to gas fee prices because the gas fees of Tezos are very low. It is very much an art platform and worth looking into. There are various, you can do generative art on FX Hash. You can use the community platform Teia, TEIA dot art, I believe. A common one people use is Object for its organizational purposes. You have options there. But what I see you doing, Classic, as I pinned up above, from the Ushkee account, is you have now made derivatives. And for people that don't know about derivatives, that's when you have the art, you've received, permission from the creator and the collection to make a derivative of that art. Maybe because you own the piece or whatnot. Maybe it's a contest, but in this case, Classic owns the art, has been given full rights. And now what has he done? He's remixed the Ushkey, created it into another 30 NFTs, and put it on the AVAX platform. I think this is genius, Classic, because now you've started your own collection with your own royalties, right? And this is just a really creative way of building at the very base foundational level of NFT ownership. Did you want to touch on kind of how that
Yeah,
came to be?
definitely. I do want to touch up on that. So we came up with the Ushki Scout Arena NFT, where we have this particular Ushki dressed up as a gladiator with a shield, with a treasure chest, and and just like how you said, now we can redistribute the Ushkis in a different look and a different style, and we can have different artists participate in the future if we wanted. And we were supposed to release. this NFT, the Ushki Scout Arena NFT, yesterday at noon. However, we change our minds because I'm going to drop some good news. Is that we're currently talking to two developers about creating our metaverse space, our Ushki World space on cyber.io, and it looks like it's going to happen. So we figure we would release the Ushki Scout Arena NFT once we have the first building set up, ready to go.
Okay, that's just amazing. And let's actually touch on that for a minute. For those, you're just dropping so many little gems here, classic, that I want to keep everybody in the know of what you're talking about. So for those don't know about oncyber.io is a virtual gallery space where actually they have whole builds that are free to use, and you connect your wallet and I see Lily Vibe in here. You're doing your big drop soon. You should do this with GERS. But you can put your NFTs once you have ownership of them. So that's the other important part. If you actually own the NFT, you can add it into this virtual gallery. You can buy a gallery if there's one that you like. There's some on the marketplace on Cyber. And then you can also pick up one of the free ones and go ahead and link up and put your artwork in there. And this is a great way to showcase the work in this professional setting where people can hop into the website and walk around. And, when you look at it, there's even a little icon bar at the bottom where you can click it and go straight to the NFT and buy it. It's just another marketing tool. So definitely look into it. I love that Classic is already on the up and up with it and about to get the build for Ushkee. And I mean, I'm just going to throw out ideas out here because you guys know I got my curatorial eye, and I'm just going to round table this right now and say, how cool would it be to even just, you're having an event and you have a laptop set up to a projector and you're projecting on a wall, and people can walk up and walk through this gallery while you're at live at the event, and it's like showing someone walking through the gallery. It's almost like a tutorial in itself through the experience of allowing people to do that, the public to do that in the event, if that makes sense. But there's just so many cool options to do. People are constantly building these tools, and Classic is on it. So yeah, you're building out the NFT gallery with that. You recently did a mini golf challenge, and I pinned up a little post from that. And this was an onboarding event, correct? And what did it have to do with Ushki?
Again, yeah, this was a onboarding event, and basically we just used Ushki as a marketing tool, to for exposure. Um, because the whole event is about innovation, leveraging innovation. So that was a perfect you know opportunity to showcase the brand, and let people see what's going on with that. And then that right there leads to other conversations. Maybe it might be, we might talk about real estate because there's a lot of realtors that like to come to these events. We might talk about real estate. We end up talking about, I end up teaching, the realtors about tokenized uh, real estate, or it could be music. It's just having the Ushkis present. It opens the door for the conversation of innovation and technology. That's what it really does. It helped us out at the basketball tournament, and at the golf challenge. It helps out too. So what we did is, from the basketball tournament, we realized, like, okay, people learn a little bit about the technology at these events because of the Ushkis. So let's just make these different type of events and invite people and try to onboard them, whether it's not, whether it's for Ushkee discount or whatever it was, or my music. I have my personal music NFTs on the Tezos blockchain. That's what pretty much use to onboard people who's interested in this space. Is I have some free NFTs on my music for my debut music video. So I use that to onboard uh, because it's a lot easier to use with Tezos. The Tezos wallet called a Kuke wallet I've been using for a while, and it's just like two or three clicks, and the wallet is created with your email account, and it's super easy, super fast, and people get it. And I'm able to transfer my NFT to their wallet, and that just sets the stage up for future events. So now, when I have another event, like, hey, remember you have one of my NFTs, you're welcome to come on my event. And then, I already know they have a wallet, et cetera, et cetera. I can send things to them and, just getting them exposed little by little.
Oh, classic. My brain is going a million miles a minute. You're so inspiring. I just, you know me. I love to onboard in the real life too. And, I'll do it on a personal level. When I was on a tiny island in Belize last year, there's no cars on that island. And I would, do a round trip walk of 2 hours to onboard. I know the importance, just like you do, of making sure that people know about Web3 and NFTs and financial freedom and creator freedom. You're just doing the good work. And I find it so interesting and cool that you were like, you know what? People don't want to be in a stuffy office or on a long phone call. They want to be out living their life and learning. And you're like, hey, let's go to the mini golf course and learn. I think that's awesome. Um, and I wanna do that. I wanna be like, "Ooh, let's go do this fun thing together," but also we're gonna talk about NFTs. Oh, yeah, something else, because you were, talking about how you're working with realtors, and I don't want to forget, one of the people I work with is Balcony DAO, and Balcony DAO is virtual, like basically collecting real estate on the blockchain, right? So I will put you in touch with Balcony DAO after this call. I think they're New York based, but they're constantly in Miami, and great people and doing really innovative work in terms of real estate in real life real estate purchase on the blockchain. Sounds like that might be a good connection for you. Let's
Yeah,
see
that,
here.
that's cool. That's cool.
Right? It's amazing, and they've been doing it for a while. So now let's get into the fashion end of things. You're designing sneakers, you're designing t-shirts, and explain kind of like the roadmap for me with that. I know that we have people like Magistala, who's in the audience right now, who's doing a fashion collection in their own right. And I think that we just love to hear more about what direction that's going in, and how you're integrating the fashion, the NFTs, the onboarding, and branding.
Oh, with the fashion, basically right now it's just me creating, the t-shirts and all the stuff, the products you see on the website. I've been basically just sitting there and just taking time out of the day creating them. And just anything that I see that, uh that is gonna attract, people, any style that I see that's gonna attract people, I try to, get a design on it and to try to make it, not too plain and not too simple, but something unique. The Ushkis are real easy. I'll tell you this much. They're real easy to design clothes because there's so many colors. And I use Canva. There's no shame in the game. I use Canva to design some of my work, and just getting the color codes and boom, boom, boom. Um, that's been working out. The sneakers. I'm limited to how many different styles because we're just using Printful and Printfy and what they have. So we're limited to, the shell toes and the regular casual Canva sneakers or casual shoes. So we're limited to that. But they're still cool looking. People still wear Converse shell toes more than anything, and that they're very attractive. And so what we want to do with the fashion is also create a collection. And in the metaverse, we want to create, digital, t-shirts and hoodies, and people can purchase, at the store and all that good stuff. And then on top of that, with the physical world, we want to go ahead and start minting some sneakers on Lost Worlds, and placing those sneakers around the city, and try to get, drive traffic to our website so people can check out the fashion.
I love that classic. Another little spitball here. I don't know if I have connected you yet to I think, oh God, don't let me blank and butcher this, but I think it's called Canvas Gallery. They're a fashion web3 gallery space that initially opened in like up by the World Trade Center in New York City. Actually, there will be a ton of events there during NFT NYC. It's how I discovered them was at a conference one year, and they have opened in Miami. They've opened a location in Miami. I'm actually thinking about stopping to see Kanashka on my way home from California, and if I get down there, we can go together and I can introduce you. We can like book a meeting, but it would be really cool for you to like go drop the sneakers in partnership with like local designer shops in Miami. I think that would be really cool. So then you're like, not only onboarding them as well. So just an idea I'm throwing out there. You know me, I'm
Yeah,
always just going to throw my
definitely.
ideas. Have you already done
Definitely.
something like that?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, Miami. I'm born and raised here, right? So I go out, load my trunk up. I'm king of the streets with the sneakers. So I go up to all these stores. I went to every single store in Wynwood, every urban store in Miami, almost every urban store in Miami with my sneakers, and everybody was like, "Nah, we're good." It's the whole thing is that I'm first. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be first. That's the whole
Yes, it's
thing.
so true,
So
classic.
so
It's
and
so true.
Miami is definitely like a trend city. Everybody's following the trend. Like I just met two women from Paris the other day, and they literally told me like they felt like they're in a music video in Miami. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's this sounds about right. So it's just getting it's just getting the word out and making it popular, and I figure like maybe Lost Worlds will help, or help us get the sneakers in the stores. So maybe I can partner with some of the boutiques and you know have this mint the sneakers at their shop and do some kind of cross promotion with them, which wouldn't cost them a penny.
Yeah.
So and then we can help drive traffic to their stores because of the Ushki, and afterwards, people can purchase whatever else in the store, socks, whatever, to match their new sneakers. But that's the approach that I have so far.
I love this. And that does make sense. And I'm hitting that same barrier. Whenever let's see here, I opened up my sixth location of Fort Gallery in Merida, Yucatan. And sometimes you're just way too early. I had onboarding events and there was excitement and people have interest, but we are the early adopters, right? So uh, we are going to hit a lot of closed doors. I'm definitely going to introduce you to the founder of Canvas Gallery out in Miami because I do feel like, at this point, it is the most. It's probably the most likely to have a partnership there because they're already familiar with Web3. They understand the direction we're going in. So I feel you there. Um, let's see here. Was there anything that
And
I'm not asking about that you wanted to touch on?
no, well, with the fashion and the sneakers, like I said, yeah, that approach would have to be, something cool. a little experimental marketing, and then people start realizing like, oh, okay, this is different, and that's when we'll draw a lot of attention, using the leveraging geo NFT, to draw eyes towards our brand. And not only that, I think the icing on the cake for us is the metaverse. Icing on the cake for us is the metaverse. Once we have an established headquarters in the metaverse, it's going to be super easy because a lot of times I get the question like, so what's a Ushki? So if I go do pop-ups and I have, connection to internet and I have my VR headset and somebody says, what's a Ushki? And I have my tablets, I can say, hey, put that headset on and take a tour and you go check out what Ushki is all about. Or I could just send them the link and they can pop in and see, oh, okay, wow, all right, now I get it. So I think the metaverse is when this I think opening that metaverse headquarters, or the Ushki world, or whatever we're gonna call it, um, is going to open the door and open the eyes of many. Like I showed my homeboy the other day, and it finally clicked in his mind like, whoa, wow, I was showing different galleries of and on cyber.io, and it clicked, and he came out of his mouth and he was like, well, I'll put some money on that. I said, okay. and now, now I see what's going to build the excitement. The excitement is, the experience. We want to have
Yes.
build an experience for the brand, and then with that experience, then people will get excited. I want to host a slew of events in there. It's not just talking crypto. Even if somebody wants to throw a little party, say, hey, you know what? We charge by the hour. You could throw your party, invite your guests, boom, 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 and we get that excitement going, and people start knowing the brand over time. Next thing you know, that's turned into merchandise sales, or just growing the community. It's not even just merchandise sales, just growing the community and the awareness of what we're doing. And icing on the cake too. We're partnering with the local park over here this summer for the summer program. They have a swim program, so we're going to sponsor about 20 kids to swim, learn how to swim. So that's real important in Miami.
Classic,
So
that's
yeah, so
beautiful.
yeah, it's not just, yeah, I'm a businessman, but I want to make sure that, I give back to the community and we use the Ushkis. That's the real important thing to me, is using the Ushki as a tool, because everybody's like, oh, outside of maybe us in this room right now, a lot of us, a lot of people in the crypto community is like, yeah, these NFTs and these cartoon characters and gifs and JPEGs, you know, I want to make sure to say, nah, you're not gonna say my gifts. Ushkis is not about that. I don't know about the other groups and what they do, but the Ushkis, we sponsor swimming programs. We do this, we do that, we do this, and it's for all ages. And that's what I want to make sure that this turns out to be like, one of those, one of these projects.
Classic. Are you working with Venture Miami with Ushki? Have you broached the subject with them yet?
I haven't, because for the past since I bought the Ushis in 2021, I've basically just sat down and just made plans and came up with ideas. I have so many ideas that I came up with, and I just found the ones that fit the best and put them all together and start working on them and start getting them to start get the ball rolling on these different ideas. And I think now is the time where I can approach a Venture Miami, because I have a complete picture. If you were to ask me this a month ago, it- I've the metaverse the other day, what we're talking about, creating the headquarters, is the complete picture, because now the users have an experience. They can experience the Ushki brand.
Very cool. Okay, so let's talk about Lost Worlds because I'm not sure how familiar people are. Full disclosure, I am on the team of Lost Worlds. I help with socials and I help with socials because I think that Lost Worlds is so epic, and what they're doing is incredible with the geo NFTs, with their partnerships, and it really falls right in line with what Classic is doing. So we haven't really touched base on what a geo NFT is. A geo NFT is specific platforms that geotag the location when you're dropping the NFT. A lot of times, and this is the way it is with Lost Worlds, you can choose the location yourself on the map. So don't feel like you're going to be doxing yourself where you live or what have you. You can, put the dot on the map at your favorite cinema, at your favorite coffee shop. You can put it just whatever your favorite place is. You can geotag the location of where your NFT is dropping. And as somebody who has been following geo NFTs outside of Lost Worlds on the whole, and corporate partnerships and seeing where all of this is going. And this is me researching as a creator, as myself as an artist, because I'm constantly chasing the next thing, as many of you know, as an early adopter. And I see geo NFTs being massive in this upcoming cycle. I see geotagging our location being huge. I mean, look at Pokemon Go. Look at that fad. And this is basically the interpretation of that into NFTs. So here we go. You're getting on board. And when there's something cool also about Lost Worlds that I haven't tapped into yet, which is their quests. And they do something called quests. And I'm sure, Classic, you can look into this a little bit more, or maybe you even know more than I do. But I think it's a really cool way to integrate your community into this rewards program. We see a lot of incentivized collecting these days, and you can say, oh, if you collect, this Ushkee edition at this shop, and then this Ushkee edition at this shop, and they all accumulate to, 5 Ushkees or what have you. Maybe you attend 5 Ushkee events, and those are quests. There's just so much you can play with in the Lost Worlds Creation Launchpad, which was just publicly announced actually yesterday. And it is not, there is no barrier. Anybody can go in and mint. You don't have to be approved for the platform. And, I'm not going to say any names specific, but I see this team is shipping behind the scenes, and there's not necessarily much they can talk about right now until boom, it's out. I think that Classic is doing exceptional work by being involved as an early adopter on platforms like this, because you're already integrating the in real life events, you're integrating physical components and your NFTs. And that's what we're going to be seeing happening as mass adoption takes off. We're going to see these big brands. We already see them out here dropping NFTs, but they haven't even dipped their toes in the water, and I feel like they're going to be following along the same path as Classic in a way. Um, of integrating the virtual with the physical, with the real in real life. And so there's a lot to be learned from the way that you're doing things right now, Classic. And of course, we all know when you're an early adopter, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. It's not like a straight shoot up to payday. So kudos to you for all the hard work you're doing in the onboarding atmosphere of Web 2, um, in the, exploring fashion and physicals, which, I'm also tapping into. It's a whole new world. And there is just so much legwork and physical work involved in all of this. I want you to know I see you and I see everything you're doing. I'd also like to open up the room. We've been going for about 45 minutes now. If anybody has any questions for Classic, go ahead and request to come on up. If you just want to say a comment, Dala, if you want to come up and speak about what you are creating, feel free. Um, but yeah, if anybody has any questions for Classic, feel free to come speak on it. I think that Mayor Suarez would be completely intrigued with what you're doing, and I hope that you will reach out to the office, because I feel like a partnership with the mayor, is something that could be amazing for you, Classic.
Yeah, I really believe so at this point. Anybody with some leverage can really knock this out of the ballpark all the way through. And everything is set up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Lost World is set up, ready to go. I have the metaverse ready, set up, ready to go. So yeah, it'll knock it out. But just put my head down, keep chugging and keep working, keep networking, meeting people. I can't wait to go attend NYC NFT this year. And
Yes,
I
NFT NYC is gonna be so fun. Are you a speaker this year?
no, I'm not. I'm actually representing actually a brand ambassador for Women for Crypto dot org. I'm going to represent Women for Crypto. So
Classic, always an ally. You're amazing, and we love Women for Crypto.
yeah, for
I'll
sure.
be right there repping with you. Um, yeah, I'm excited for NFT NYC too this year. It's been a crazy bear market, and here we are coming out the other side, and it's gonna be so exciting to celebrate with each other and be like, "Whew, we made it through that one." And it was a different kind of bear market with the NFTs, and we all had some kind of vision of what was going to happen, but we could have never seen how hard it was gonna be for creators. We coulda never, really realized how much creator economy was gonna get left behind, and I think a lot of us emerging initiative builders, onboarders like Classic and myself, we kind of are like, "We need to roll up our sleeves." There's a lot more work to do than we even imagined, so it will be exciting going into NFT NYC, but I hope that we have more conversations like what Classic is doing. How we're not only bridging the real world to NFTs, but we're taking the opportunity of decentralized financial freedom and we're presenting it to the underrepresented areas of our own communities that need it the most. And I wanted to reflect on that, Classic, and that work that you're doing and talk about the importance of that and hope that we can all sort of apply what Classic is doing to our own lives. Are we feeling like there are parts of our own communities that could utilize NFTs in a way that could, maybe give them funding, maybe, even just giving them the education about NFTs and let them figure out how to make it work for their own initiatives. But, the work that you're doing by even just putting NFTs on, the jerseys of sports teams. I mean, this is really innovative, Classic. This is huge shit that
Yeah.
you're doing.
I, I had so many people. I had so much flack when I was organizing this basketball tournament. Like I've been organizing events forever. Like I said, I'm a music producer. I used to have my own lounge back in the days, DJs and all this stuff. So it was my first time organizing, being a part of organizing a basketball tournament. But I got so many flack when they came in and they saw the material and they saw the direct print and I told them the quality is going to be superb and they're going to be able to wash that over and over and the color's not going to come off. And now everybody's rocking that jersey and everybody's getting ready for next year's basketball tournament. Now it's starting to grow legs of its own. So I'm happy that Ushkee was a part of it, and help the community and help that group with their, that athletic association with their basketball tournament. I'm happy we were able to help do that. So now it's moving on to the next thing. Like, okay, let's get our community, our metaverse community plopped up. Let's recruit some brand ambassadors. That's the next thing that I want to do is start recruiting brand ambassadors not just in Miami, from all over the place. And I would like to even hire people once we have the metaverse completely set up. I would like to hire people to, different shifts. Brand ambassadors come in and they host, and when people come in, there's always somebody there at all times of the day. Uh, it's more than just, you know, it's creating jobs, man, creating opportunities for people, man. Just because we got the power, we got a lot of power because we got the knowledge, we know how these things work. So if we could create, opportunities where people come in and even if you guys are creators, builders, investors, or whatever it was, you know, here's a space that you could come in and show your work off at the Ushkee headquarters or whatever it was. We can organize something. It's just the endless opportunities. I don't even know. The sky's the limit, like they say, right?
The sky is so the limit, and I that is the message right there for collectors, for creators, for any but for people who are here just to learn about what's going on. The sky is the limit, and it's not always going to be this way. I think that we're sitting here, we're in this, and we tend to not span out and realize that we are in an undersaturated bubble right now. If you want to do something, now is the time because people are coming in after us into this next bull market and they are going to take these ideas that you're simmering on, not you, classic, I'm talking to everybody. But people are going to take the ideas that you are simmering on, they are going to apply them and they will shoot out into the real world with those ideas. And you'll be like, "Ooh, I was sitting on that." Don't sit on that. Get out there, do what you want to do. If you have a vision, make it happen now because you are a pioneer in your Web3 movement. I want you to hear me. Even if you're just a collector, you are pioneering collecting in the Web3 space and think about what you can do with these. Yes, go classic. Did you want to say something classic? You know me, I'm a rambler.
Oh, you said the word pioneer, and it brought me back all the way to 2018 when a buddy of mine decided to create a social media platform using his crypto coin. He came out with his ERC token, and he came to me and he was like, "Hey, man, I know you know everybody, and I'm doing a buy my coin. What was it he called? He didn't want to call it an ICO. He called it a family and friends, whatever." And he was like, "Yo, we can raise this money and you have this coin." And I didn't know anything about crypto. I just knew he had this platform and he wanted me to promote it and I was getting paid. All right, let's do this. I didn't know that this was gonna is look at where I'm at. It's 2018. In 2019, I invested in my first crypto coin, which was XRP, $100. That was May 11th, 2019, right? That was a Saturday. Put $100 in there and just kept learning after that. And then next, in 2021, I was in this fintech project, Coro Global, where they sold gold on DLT on the HBAR network, which was it didn't use HBAR, it just used the Hedera network. And I was promoting the app, and now here am I doing this Ushki stuff. Like there's opportunities here, and I've learned so much, doing doing these different projects and uh and what I've learned is do it the right way. I ain't, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you, do it the right way. Do it the right way. Don't cut no corners. If you just do it the right way, you're gonna benefit. You're gonna benefit the most if you do it the right way. Learn it the right way. Do it the right way.
Yes, and we would be remiss if we didn't take this recording session to speak about one way that you're going to do it the right way, and that is through the arena. There are a ton of people here from the arena right now, and I think that that speaks volumes. Not only are you going to find a community of like-minded people who are here to kind of bum rush the bull market with immaculate vibes that you are in the arena. I went ahead and for any sorry about that. I thought that I thought that um Sorry, getting a little distracted. Can you hear me okay still? Classic, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Um, yeah, so let's just um talk about how oh, sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, 2 seconds. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, good. You can hear me. So I just wanted to speak on the arena real quick as we wrap things up. Classic is in there, and he is he's in the arena, he's hustling, he's super active, he's in a ton of people's rooms buying tickets. He's wishing good morning to everybody, and he's super accessible in the arena if you have more questions about anything that he's doing on the fashion end of things, anything he's doing on the onboarding end of things. I know that Classic is somebody that you can definitely come to. I'm also somebody that you can come to and talk to about any of these topics from the arena to Lost Worlds to what Classic is doing with Ushkee. And of course, once again, the arena is the place to be right now. It's a place where you can really build out your brand and have an audience where you're not only going to be seen and heard, but maybe find some partnerships in there. If you want to have a fashion element but you are not a fashion designer, go find that fashion designer in the arena. If you are a collector and you need art, you're going to find the artists there. And yeah, Classic, you are an OG in the arena. We're going to have to do a spaces another time with all of you where we just roundtable it out and anybody speaks on the arena. But I think the arena is going to be a huge um marketing play in this next cycle.
Another thing about the arena is, this like Artwolfie was just saying, you can make contacts in the arena, set up your team in the arena. Another thing that I've been approaching, I've been onboarding my team on the in the arena. People that that's on Twitter, thumbing on Twitter, get them in the arena. Come make some money. Get some, earn some meme coins. Get them in the arena. That's where us developers and creators need to focus on networking with like-minded people. There's so much noise on Twitter that it doesn't give us the opportunity to reach out and connect to who is really supposed to connect with. Honestly, because I've been on Twitter since 2019, 2009, my account. I have a 5M music group, my record label group, that's been there longer, that has 25,000 followers. And I'm not benefiting anything from that account. Honestly, I've benefited more from the arena, from the little short time I've been on the arena than than Twitter. And you got all these other awesome projects that's doing airdrops, that's giving out coins and stuff like that, and get their project plopped up. So it's definitely it's worth it.
I completely agree. It's just another tool, right, that we can use to market whatever it is that we're building in Web 2 or Web 3. Classic, thank you so much for taking the time today to come speak about Ushki, but also to speak about all of the amazing initiatives that you are undertaking as a founder. It's so inspiring for each of us to hear how we can break out of the computer and apply all of this to our real lives and do it in a way the way that you're doing it by having these fun events. It's inspiring to me because I was having boring panels where I was giving away coffee and dessert. No, this is not the way. Let's get people out that are already out in the world. So, thanks for inspiring me today. And one final question. You said that you were going to drop Ushki on Lost Worlds. I'm not sure if you had put a pause on the launch for that. Did you set a new launch date?
Yes, I put a pause on the launch for that. and I put a pause on the launch for the Ushkee Scout Arena NFT. We're coming out with 30 Ushkee Scout Arena NFTs. We're going to put a pause on that. We're going to go ahead and build out our community center in the metaverse, and then we'll launch the NFT.
Okay, well, yeah, you and I should keep in contact about the launch of that NFT and maybe work something out for like the next. I mean, I don't know your time schedule, but we'll talk about it in the back channel. But the next time that I'm out for Miami for a conference, which they seem few and far between this year, I'm actually going to contact Mayor Suarez myself, the office, and see if I can do something with the city to get an NFT event, maybe even late summer, early fall. But yeah, let's keep in contact about that. Get you in contact with the Canvas Web3 gallery out there in Miami. Um, and just see where this Ushki goes with you being an early adopter to the Lost Worlds platform. Lost Worlds having massive global partnerships. And I'm talking massive global partnerships that I am the last person that's allowed to speak on. But I think that I believe that Lost Worlds is going to lead the way into mass adoption, NFT, marketplace, real world realness. And here you are doing all of the things on a layered level. And I just look forward to being beside you on this journey, supporting you and parting with you at your events. Thank you so much, Classic. Any final words?
Shout out to Blockchain Monkey. He just dropped in, one of my favorite uh, YouTube crypto enthusiasts, influencer.
Let's invite them to speak if they want to come up really quick and say anything. That's cool. So what did you do anything with blockchain monkeys with Ushki, or are there plans in the works?
Actually, our Blockchain Monkey did interview me months ago, many months ago, on his channel, YouTube channel, and I did send him some apparel. I think some sneakers or a T-shirt or something like that. So he's rocking them out there wherever he's at, and I actually hooked him up with an affiliate link so he can share with anybody that's interested in purchasing our merchandise, and he can receive some income. So that's an avenue that we can share with people who's super interested in what we're doing.
Yes, classic. This is like an incentivized ambassadorship, and I love that. How am I ever going to get off of this if we just keep dropping the ideas? That is too cool. I
They're
mean,
there. They're ready
especially
to go.
yeah, especially when it comes time for the physicals, right? When you're trying to push everything out into the world, YouTube partnerships are amazing because you reach this extra audience that is, web 2, but soon enough, mass adoption's coming, baby. I'm telling you all, it's all going to happen, and it's going to happen in a blink of an eye. And the market is going to become oversaturated, just like Instagram, just like archaic Facebook. It's all happening, so get in where you can in all the
Yeah,
ways, right?
Bitcoin hit that 100,000. Okay, it's now everybody's coming back.
It's all happening. And, there is speak on it being a shorter bull market. And that's another thing
Yeah.
to consider. Get your affairs in order and get things done. Be more like classic and have your hand in all the pots. Be working with the people in your local communities because you are holding this information, just like he said. And we need to be getting it out into the world. And this turns into partnerships for you. This turns into real world partnerships where you are the early adopter paving the way. And yeah, classic. Thank you for taking the time to share your journey and how you've applied that um, in collector ownership and licensing responsibilities. And just a quick recap: ways that you can take the NFTs that you've collected, work with the collectors to get that uh, to get that what's the word? Sorry on the blank. The permission. Let's just say permission. You need permission and licensing rights to do anything with an NFT that you've purchased. But this is kind of a reminder that you can open that door and talk directly to artists to figure out just what you can do. Work directly in your community to do onboarding events in a way that isn't going to bore people, like the way I was doing it, and do it more like classic, where you present a fun event, whether it's mini golf or a dinner pop up, what have you. Figure out creative and clever ways to onboard the real life community, and even partnerships that you want to work with, be creative with it. And finally, work with geo NFT platforms like Lost Worlds, where you can be literally put on the map for your local communities who are already investing in NFTs. And then they can see that you're local, and maybe you can make some in person meetings and go the next level. Everything's going to move really fast these days. So thank you, Classic, for giving us a navigation path of different avenues we can use in Web3 to traverse out into the real world. It is so appreciated. And everybody, please look out for the Ushkee drops. Follow Classic. Get into the arena if you're not already there. I mean, 95% of you down there are already in the arena. You know what's up. And I've already seen the success, whether you're a collector or a creator or just a viber. I've seen you. And thank you for being here today. Um, to those of you in the arena, I got you. You all know what that means. I've taken a screenshot and I will be taking care of each of you. And just so much love for taking the time on a Saturday to pop in and show support to Classic, who has been showing support to the city of Miami and our arena community for months now. So, big thanks to Classic. Any final words from you one more time?
No, that's it. I really appreciate you having me to speak. I really appreciate it. Follow me. Anybody can DM me anytime. I respond. I'm friendly, so don't worry. Hit me up. Okay. If you have ideas, share with me. Once we have the metaverse headquarters up and running, at least the community center up and running, I'm gonna invite everybody. And if you're a creator, you're a musician, or whatever you got going on, hit me up so we could get you on the stage and talk about your project.
Yes, I love that. In Classic, I would even want to inspire you as a collector working now with your own NFT collection purchased directly from a creator to think about working with these other creators as derivatives in the arena and creating collections outside of that, um, down the road, right? Maybe even doing
Sure.
mini drops that put these derivatives on, jerseys in the future. I think there's so many opportunities here for us all to
Definitely.
work together, right?
That's definitely that can happen. Like there's other parks that's like, hey, let's do kickball, let's do this, let's do that. But it's just the money thing to raise and put these events together. But there's opportunities to get going, and that's why I'm always knocking on the corporates, the companies, the corporations' door. Like, hey, let me get some money to get this done. You guys got all the money, so
Yes,
if
exactly.
we could
That's the
see,
path.
yeah, we could see those opportunities. It can happen, and it's not just in Miami. It can happen in your city too. We could get this Ushki thing going and pop in your city. Maybe it's a golf challenge, a mini golf challenge in your city, or a basketball tournament, or kickball, whatever it is.
Right?
So
And it doesn't even have to be that. It could be like, some of us are musicians. Maybe it's a live music event, right? And somebody needs visuals. And like there's Fangs throwing up the hundreds down there in the emojis. Fangs is such an awesome artist. And then, you do this collaborative thing with Fangs and the Ushki, and you get this completely different visual than what the Ushki looks like that comes out in this new way, and you put it in the background of a music event, and then all these people are like, wait, what am I looking at?
yeah,
Right, like we can get
yeah, I'm
so
definitely
creative with it.
I'm definitely putting I have an auditorium sketched out for the metaverse, so I'm definitely gonna be having some of my performances in there too, with a lot of my instrumentals because I make a lot of instrumentals and I want to go ahead and host my own concerts. So
Yes, I love that. And then it becomes a thing, like, get these artists involved, get some cool visuals. I think that's amazing. And anything you want to tap in with me, anybody who's in this room right now, if you need a connection in any way and I have it, I'm here for you. I know Classic has that same energy. If you have been wanting to tap into, if you're outside of the United States and you're looking for partnerships within Miami, Classic is your guy. So, Classic, thank you so much for taking the time today on a Saturday to come speak on all of this. We're all going to be paying close attention in the arena, on X, in Lost Worlds, to everything that you're working on. To all of you who made it today, again, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and say goodbye. And if any of you who are here would like to book a spaces with me, you are all my homies down there, and I would love to highlight you and any drops you have coming up, or if we should all get into a group chat and or group spaces and talk about the arena, I'm down to do that too. So thanks to everybody who is here: Julio, Lily, Midday, Morena, Fangs, Nicola, Jikme, NYT, Magisdala, Blockchain Monkeys, Sircon, Jing, Ajizi, Obinwa. Thank you all for being here and staying till the end and giving Classic his flowers by giving him your listening ears. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you soon.